Thanks for joining us here on KRFS on this Friday night of football action. Second week of the football season. Here's the kickoff. And it is taken at about the 10-yard line by Pike Valley by number 41. That's Bryce Rainey. He's the senior, 165 pounds, 5'10". He takes it down to just about the 33-yard line. That'll set up 1st and 10. From Pike's own 33-yard line, early going first quarter, 11:53 to go. And on offense, here comes the Pike Valley Panthers, led by their quarterback, number 16, Adam Lundblade. He is a senior, 165 pounds, he's 5'11". He hands off number 41. That is Bryce Rainey, and he rumbles ahead to about the 38-yard line. Be a pickup at about 5 yards on the play. Bring up a 2nd and about 5 with the ball on the 38-yard line. Bryce Rainey with the carry right there. Adam Lundblade is the quarterback as he sets up the offense for the Pike Valley Panthers. 2nd and 5 on the 38. Here's the snap. Handoff once again to Rainey. And he rumbles ahead for about a yard on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd and about maybe 3, about 3rd and 3 on at midfield, 40-yard line here at 8-man. 3rd play of the drive for the Pike Valley Panthers, just underway. 10:38 to go in this first quarter of action. Lundblade hands it off. A little bit of play action. Back to Rainey on the play action. Rainey, no gain on the play. Gets it right to midfield. No gain on the play for Rainey there. And that'll bring up a 4th down 3. The ball, or actually, they'll give him a yard on the play. 4th down and 2. The ball on the 39-yard line. Lundblade sets the offense. And we're going to have a kickoff, and it's going to go back to Hillcrest, and ball taken by number 18, Leland Boxa. He fumbles the football. He's deep in his own territory, and he's brought down at the 5-yard line. And we'll see Hillcrest for the first time. The tackle made right there by the quarterback, Adam Lundblade. And that'll set up Hillcrest 1st and 10 on their own 6-yard line as we see them for the first time on offense. So nothing doing for Pike Valley here early going in the first quarter. Four downs and out for Pike Valley, and here comes Hillcrest. The home team led by their quarterback, number 8, Aaron Generou. And on the carry is number 36. Number 36, Jeff Claycamp on the carry. No gain on the play. That'll bring up a 2nd and 10. Ball stays on the 6. Early going to first quarter against Pike Valley and Hillcrest. Glad to have you along here on this Friday night on KRFS. 2nd play from scrimmage for the Hillcrest Mustangs. And ball carrier that time, number 36, Jeff Claycamp once again. He is the freshman. He rumbles ahead. 5 yards on that pickup on the play. Brings up a 3rd and 5. The ball spotted on the 11-yard line. $8:33 to go now in the first quarter of play from Cuba. Pike Valley taking on Hillcrest tonight. Hillcrest marching. Generou sets the offense. And ball carrier right there is gang tackled. That's number 24, Brian Schulda. He's the 5'10", 166-pound sophomore. Schulda with the carry right there. They'll bring up 4th and 4. He only gained a yard on the play. Hillcrest Mustangs trying to get on the winning side, but right now they'll have to kick it back to the visiting Pike Valley Panthers. Nothing doing for Hillcrest this time around. Good kickoff. It is taken by number 41, Bryce Rainey on the carry. Took it back at about the 40-yard line. He runs it up ahead into Hillcrest territory. He'll have it 1st and 10 on the 24. 7:40 to go now in the first quarter. We have a flag down. See what this is all about. Officials conferring. Football brought to you this evening on KRFS by Anderson Fertilizer Services, LLC of Cortland. Penalties declined. It will be the Panthers' ball. The penalty on Hillcrest. They'll decline it. Good idea. Better to take the yardage than the penalty. So Pike Valley gets things going once again offensively. Adam Lundblade, the quarterback, wearing number 16. He's the senior, 5'11", 165 pounds. He sets the offense. Rainey goes wide. They run it up the middle. Give the ball to number 12, Caleb Brazan. And pick up a 5 on the play. 2nd and 5 now. Ball now on the 19-yard line. Pike Valley deep in Hillcrest territory. And comes 2nd and 5. Lundblade drops back. About a 7-step drop. He's got a receiver just out the fingertips. The intended receiver was Ryan Anderson. Anderson had it, he had real estate in front of him. If he caught that ball, he would have had it caught down around the 10-yard line, but nothing doing. Will bring up a 3rd down and 5. Incomplete pass right there for Pike Valley. Had the right idea, but nothing doing on that one. 3rd and 5 now. Ball still on the 19-yard line. As Lundblade sets the offense. Pitches it back. Number 41. And that's Bryce Rainey. He takes it up ahead to about the 7-yard line. That'll be enough. That'll be enough for the 1st down and bring up a 1st and 10 on the 13-yard line. Just joining us, Pike Valley and Hillcrest have traded possessions. Nothing doing, but Pike Valley marching here. 13-yard line is a 1st and 10 for the Panthers. Lundblade sets the offense once again. And he pitches it back. And that's Josh Curry on the run, and they have scored a touchdown. Pike Valley with a touchdown. Curry ran around the right side. Good blocking up front by the Pike Valley line, and it's a touchdown for Pike Valley. They lead at 6-0 here in the first quarter, 6:20 to go. And they'll set up for the 2-point conversion, it looks like. So Pike Valley draws first blood here, early going in the game. Josh Curry with that touchdown right there from Adam Lundblade. Here comes the 2-point conversion. And he's stuffed right at the 2-yard line. And that was Rainey with the run there. Didn't get anything. And that's it for the Pike Valley Panthers. 6:20 to go with our score. Pike Valley 6, Hillcrest nothing. We'll take a 30-second timeout here on KRFS. Porter. Other games going on around the area tonight. Centennial is at Tri-County, Central City at Superior, Fall City at Fairbury, Grand Island Central Catholic is at St. Paul tonight, Lexington at Minden, Milford at Geneva. Elsewhere, it's Kearney Catholic at Hastings, St. Cecilia, Sandy Creek at Wilbur, Clatonia, and Alma is at Sutton. And that's just to name a few of the other action that's going on. We'll tell you all about it a little bit later on. Here's the kickoff. Pike Valley kicks off to Hillcrest. Ball's taken down to about the 24-yard line. And that's where they will set up shop. Hillcrest will set up on their own 24-yard line. First and 10, 24-yard line for the Hillcrest Mustangs. As Pike Valley leads it right now, 6-0, about 6:10 to go here in the first quarter. Pitch back, that's number 36, and be about a loss of a yard on the play, it looks like. Number 36, that's Jeff Claycamp with the ball. And that'll be a loss of 1, 2nd and 11. Ball now on the 23-yard line. Generou sets the offense once again for Hillcrest. Takes the handoff. Got a receiver, had a receiver. The intended receiver was Kevin Henke, number 22, the 5'11", 168-pound sophomore. Threw it over his head. It'll go as an incomplete pass. Bring up 3rd and 11 now. Ball still on the 23-yard line for Hillcrest. Other sponsors of our football game tonight include Victor and Carlene Herdig of Cortland, the Coffee House of Scandia, C&W Farm Supply of Cortland, and Rainey's Home Center of Scandia. 3rd and 11 for Hillcrest. Generou back to pass, and he is sacked in the backfield all the way back at about the 16-yard line. That was a big sack right there for Pike Valley by number 60, Jesse Phillips, on the sack. And that'll bring up a 4th and a ton, 4th and 17 with the ball on the 17-yard line. There'll be a loss of 5 on the play for Hillcrest as Pike Valley just sacked Generou. So Hillcrest will give it back to Pike Valley here with 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Pike Valley leading at 6-0. Here's the kickoff. Ball is let drop at the 25-yard line. And Hillcrest will down it at... No, down it actually at the 33-yard line. Pike Valley ball on the 33, 1st and 10. 4:40 to go in the first quarter. With Pike Valley leading at 6-0, they play on the lead. Adam Lundblade sets the offense once again. Pitch back. Number 33 runs it around the right side. And it looks like he's got the first down all the way up to about the 43-yard line. That was Josh Curry with the carry. Josh Curry with the carry, that makes sense. That'll bring up 1st and 10, ball on the 43-yard line for the Panthers as they lead at 6-0 here in the first quarter, 4:24 to go. I'd like to thank our sponsors for making the game possible. We'll tell you more about those fine folks here in just a little bit. Right now we have a 1st and 10 with the ball on the 37 for the Pike Valley Panthers. Adam Lundblade sets his offense once again, barking out orders to his running backs.
Coming inside.
Hands off. It's number 41. That is Bryce Rainey with the carry. And he rumbles ahead up to just about the 37-yard line, or mark it at the 32-yard line. 33 is what the scoreboard is saying. 2nd and 6, 2nd and 5 now. 33-yard line for the Panthers of Pike Valley. Lundblade sets the offense once again. Big number 16, the 165-pound senior. Pitch back. It goes to Josh Curry. He rumbles ahead. Looks like he's got came close to the first down. We'll see where they mark it. This will depend a lot on the spot. Mark it at the 26-yard line. It will be a 1st and 10. First down once again for Pike Valley as they march once again. The ball on the 26-yard line, leading the game 6-0. 3:22 to go now in the first quarter of play. Lundblade with a 5-step drop, looks up. He's got a receiver open, number 75. That was number 75, Ryan Anderson. He had the football. It bounced right off his pads. He dropped the football. They called it a catch. He fumbled it, and Hillcrest will take over. The official says fumble, and Hillcrest jumped on it. They get the football back with 3:13 to go. Down 6-0 to Pike Valley. So our first turnover of the game. And here we go once again. First play from scrimmage. This possession for Hillcrest ends in a sack of the quarterback. Generu taken down. So that'll bring up a second down and 20. The ball on the 6-yard line, so Hillcrest deep in their own territory. 6-0 our score, 2:33 to go. Generu sets the offense. He hands off to number 24. That is Brian Schulda. And he's yanked out of bounds up at about the 12-13-yard line.
Call for tackle.
That'll bring up third down and 14 with the ball on the 12-yard line. 3rd and 14, ball on the 12, with Hillcrest down 6-0. Other sponsors of our game tonight include the Swedish American State Bank of Cortland, the Clothesline of Scandia, and Bergstrom Livestock Farmers Livestock Commission Company of Washington, and also the Scandia State Bank. Referee winds the clock. Just under 2 minutes to go now. 6-0 ball game. Pike Valley with the lead over Hillcrest. Generu pitches back to number 18. And that is Leland Boxa, the ball carrier. Goes for nothing at all. 4th and 14. Ball still on the 12. Hillcrest will have to kick it away once again to Pike Valley.
4th 14 for Mustangs.
You're running this side. Stay right in this side. Push you back. You did a nice job of getting on it. Moving around. Stay with it. Let it go.
And Hillcrest will give it back now to Pike Valley. Down 6-0. A minute 25 to go.
Timeout.
And we have a timeout on the play here in the first quarter for a touchdown.
Here's your go back to punt for the Mustangs.
And we're set for action here in Cuba. As Hillcrest kicks off, ball lands at about the 46-yard line. It'll bounce out of bounds. Bounce out of bounds at about the 37-yard line. That is where Pike Valley will take over. On their 4th possession, offensive possession of the ball game, they lost the football. Their last possession, a fumble. A completed pass that was fumbled. Pike Valley will try to add a little more onto the scoreboard. So they lead at 6-0, a minute 16 to go here in the first quarter of play. Glad to have you along right here in Cuba on KRFS. Pike Valley, Lundblade is the quarterback. He sets the offense. And that one's a keeper. Lundblade runs it himself up the middle on the option. Picks up minimal gain. 2nd and 7. They give him 3 yards of the play. The ball's on the 40-yard line. Midfield here at Cuba. 2nd and 7 now. Got under a minute to go here in the first quarter. Lundblade once again sets the offense. Fake handoff. And he does hand it off there to Josh Curry, the ball carrier, right there. A pickup of about 3 yards on the play. It'll bring up about a 3rd and 4, or a 4th and 4, I should say. 3rd and 4. 3rd and 4 to go. Ball on the 37. Pike Valley trying to march it in with only 20 seconds to go in the first quarter. This will very likely be the last play of the quarter. Lundblade once again sets the offense. 14 seconds to go. Pitches it back to Bryce Rainey, who bumbles ahead to about the market, just about the 36-yard line, 34-yard line actually. And that is going to complete the first quarter of play with our score. Pike Valley leading it 6-0. Second quarter action comes up after this 1-minute timeout on KRFS. Pike Valley Panthers have it 4th and 1 with the ball on the 34-yard line. They're going to go for it on this 4th down and 1 situation. Lundblade sets the offense. He'll keep it himself, and he has stood up at the 34-yard line. See what there'll be very little gain, if anything, on the play. He did not make the first down, and Hillcrest holds on down to get the ball back on their own 35, and they are going to give him a 1st and 10. Yes. They'll give him a 1st and 10 with the ball on the 35. I didn't think he made it, but we'll see. It's going to be Hillcrest ball after all. Okay, they did hold him on downs. Hillcrest take over 1st and 10, ball on the 35. As Hillcrest back on the field with the offense, runs straight up the middle. Leland box on the ball carrier right there, a big number 18, senior, 5'9", 135-pound senior. He bumbles ahead for 2 yards, second and 7 on the 38-yard line for Hillcrest. Just underway in the second quarter, 11:14 to go, with Pike Valley leading at 6-0. Hillcrest with the football. They have it 2nd and 7 from the 38. Pitch back from the quarterback, and that is number 36. Number 36 is Jeff Claycamp. And it'll go for minimal gain. It'll bring up 3rd down and 7. No gain on the play. They'll keep the ball on the 38. 10:45 to go now. 6-0. Pike Valley leads Hillcrest. We are live from Cuba. This is KRFS. Glad to have you along with us on this Friday night. Steve St. James along with producer and engineer Herb Hoflicker. Glad to have you along tonight. Jenneru sets the offense. Pressured. Quick shovel pass over to number 18. That is Leland Boxa with the pass. That'll go incomplete. 4th and 7 now. As Hillcrest will have to give the ball back. They'll punt it away. The ball on their own 38-yard line. So Hillcrest still unable to get anything going offensively. They recovered a fumble on Pike Valley's second to last possession, unable to capitalize. They are down 6-0. And Gary Girdeau will come on to punt it away, and it's a good high kick, taken at the 10-yard line by Pike Valley. And Pike Valley will run it all the way up to their own 26-yard line. And that is big number 41, Bryce Rainey with the carry. They'll set up shop. Pike Valley will set up at 1st and 10 on their own 26. A good run back all the way back up to the 26-yard line for Bryce Rainey, number 41. Pike Valley sets up the offense. Quarterback Adam Lundblade. Pitch back to running back. That's number 33. Josh Curry with the carry. And they'll give him a gain of about 4 yards, 3.5 to 4 yards on the play. Bring up a 2nd and 7 on the 29-yard line, so they give him a pickup of 3 on that carry for Curry. .9:30 to go here in the second quarter. 6-0 Pike Valley with the lead and the football. Lundblade sets the offense once again. He hands off. It's the reverse. Number 41. Big number 41, Bryce Rainey with the carry, and he is hit hard. He is hit real hard, in fact, by number 18, Leland Boxa on defense right there. But he will get the first down, 1st and 10. Pike Valley is marching. They have the ball on their own 39-yard line now. With 9:15 to go in the second quarter, Pike Valley leads it 6-0. Glad to have you along with us on this Friday night here on KRFS. Superior Nelson. Lundblade sets the Pike Valley offense. Hands off. And it is number 33. He's going to go all the way. 5. Touchdown. Touchdown Pike Valley, number 33. Josh Curry with the touchdown. Lundblade handed it off. Curry went around the right side, and he was off to the races. It's now 12-0. 12-0 Pike Valley, 8:52 to go now in the second quarter. What a run by the big sophomore, 5'10", 190-pound sophomore Josh Curry with the football and the touchdown. Handoff from Lundblade. I'll set up for the 2-point conversion now. Here's the snap. Toss back. And as once again Josh Curry with the football, and he is stuffed once again. So for the second possession in a row, they have their touchdown, but no 2-point conversion. So the score remains 12-0. And we'll change sides once again. Hillcrest will have the football when we come back after this 30-second timeout on KRFS. to see. This is great being able to see. Steve St. James, along with producer engineer Herb Hoflicker, with you on this Friday night of high school football, week number 2. Pike Valley getting set to kick it off to Hillcrest, as Hillcrest will try to get on the board before halftime here. And it'll be number 80 for Hillcrest with the football. Number 80 had it. I think he had a cut, tried to take off. They called him down. That's that will be 1st and 10, and Hillcrest will set up deep in their own territory at the 5-yard line. And that was Nate Lasofsky accepting the football for Hillcrest as they get back on offense. So they set up shop deep in their own territory. 1st and 10, ball on the 5-yard line. They break the huddle. And Jennery will set the offense for Hillcrest. Handoff. Nearly fumbled the football. Held on to it. That's Leland Boxa with the ball carry. And that'll bring up a 2nd down. Give him a yard on the play. That'll bring down a 2nd and 9. Or I'm sorry, I beg your pardon. That'll give him 3 yards on the play. That'll bring up a 2nd and 7 on the 6-yard line. Jennery at the offense. And very little gain on the play there. That was number 24 with the ball carry. That was Brian Schulda. And no gain on that play. That'll bring up a 3rd and 7 with the ball still on their own 6-yard line, down 12-0 and 7:28 to go here in the 2nd quarter. Jennery sets the offense, had a receiver, went off his fingertips. The intended receiver was Kevin Hankey, the sophomore. Had him over near the 10-yard line. But an incomplete pass, and Hillcrest will have to punt out of their own end zone. 4th and 7. Hillcrest down 12-0 to the visiting Pike Valley Panthers on this week 2 of Friday Night Football here on KRFS. We have 7:18 to go here in the 2nd quarter. Pike Valley will get ready to get it back on offense with just a little over 7 minutes before halftime. Here comes the punt. It's a good high one. It is taken at the 38-yard line. And the receiver is dropped at about the 47-yard line. That is a number, on the return, that's Bryce Rainey on the return. They'll give him, he returned the ball about a yard. They'll set up at their own 30. They'll have their Hillcrest 30-yard line is where Pike Valley will set up. 1st and 10 with just exactly 7 minutes to go now in the 2nd quarter. Pike Valley leads at 12-0. And we have a new quarterback in there. That is number 40, Brandon Melby. And ball carrier was number 41, Bryce Rainey. Pick up of 5 on the play. The ball now on the Hillcrest 25-yard line. 2nd and 5 to go for the Panthers. Hillcrest sets the offense, or Pike Valley sets the offense. Hillcrest sets the defense. The new quarterback in there for Pike Valley is Brandon Melby. He pitches back to Bryce Rainey, who rumbles ahead. Say he fumbled the football. He did. The referee says Hillcrest football. Rainey fumbles, and we have our 2nd turnover of the game. Pike Valley has committed both of them. It'll be the 1st and 10 for Hillcrest. Ball on their own 24-yard line. As once again Pike Valley fumbles the football. And give it back. Hillcrest needs it to get back into this football game as they're down 12-0 to Pike Valley with just a little over 6 minutes to go here in the first half of play. Jennery sets the Hillcrest offense, and he hands it off And that is big number 36, Jeff Claycamp on the carry.
Yard, 7 to 9.
Second and 9 now. He gained a yard on the play with the ball on the 24-yard line. Just joining us, Pike Valley's had the ball twice. They've scored twice, but they've also fumbled twice and turned it back over to Hillcrest, such is the case with the possession that Hillcrest is on now, as Bryce Rainey fumbled the football for Pike Valley. Generou sets the offense. He hands off. They faked it. Generou keeps the football. On the quarterback sneak right there. Takes it up to about the 32-yard line. We have a flag down on the play. It's going to go against Hillcrest. Let's see what this is all about. Second and 19 now with the ball on the 16-yard line, so we'll do it all over again with 5:13 to go. Generou sets the offense. He's back to pass. Three-step drop. Looks over. He's got number 22. He is open. He catches the football, but he's run out of bounds at about the 29-yard line. Number 22 right there with the reception. That's Hinkey with the play. Kevin Hinkey. That'll bring up a 3rd and 6 situation with the ball now on the 27-yard line. 5:05 to go. Pike Valley leads at 12-0. Kevin Hinkey picked up some much-needed yardage for the Mustangs. Hillcrest in their huddle, talking things over. 5:05 to go. They need a score here in this possession. Generou barks out his orders to his offensive line. He hands it off. Takes the handoff. It is tipped and intercepted. Intercepted by Pike Valley. That's big number 26. We have a flag down on the play. We'll see what that's all about. And Pike Valley has run the ball all the way back up to we have a flag down on the play. We'll see what this is all about. And even if we have a turnover, we'll see what it's all about. It was who made the interception. Hillcrest 35-yard line. And once again, Adam Lundblade is back out there for Pike Valley to call the signals. He pitches it back to number 33, Josh Curry. We have flags down. No gain on the play. And here are the flags all about. The 29-yard line for Pike Valley. Lundblade sets the offense. Big 5-step drop. He's being harassed, and it is nearly intercepted by Hillcrest, number 24 of the Mustangs. That's Brian Schulda. He nearly had the ball picked off, and he had nothing but green in front of him. It would have been a touchdown had he caught it, but nothing doing. It went over his fingertip, and that'll bring up it'll be an incomplete pass. 2nd and 25 now on the ball. The ball on the 29-yard line for Pike Valley. 4:27 to go here in the second quarter, with Pike Valley leading at 12-0. The 2nd and 25 for the Panthers. Lundblade with the snap. Takes the handoff. He's got a receiver open. Number 75 went through his hands. That was Ryan Anderson, the intended receiver. Once again, another incomplete pass for the Panthers. That'll bring up 3rd and 25 now. The ball's still on the 29-yard line. We have 4:21 to go in the second quarter. And once again, we have a timeout on the field as Pike Valley wants to talk it over. So we'll step aside for a 30-second timeout here on KRFS. More scores and more on KRFS. We have 3rd and 25, ball on the 29-yard line. Lundblade sets the offense for Pike Valley. He's going to do it out of the shotgun. All the way back at the 21-yard line. Here's the snap. Lundblade looking. He's harassed. Keeps it for himself, and he scrambles ahead, and he loses it. He loses his footing on the field. at his own 25-yard line, so it'll be about a loss of 4. Loss of 4, that'll bring up a 4th down and 30. 4th down and 30, and Pike Valley will probably punt it away. Hillcrest will get it back with about 3:55 to go. Down 12-0 in the second quarter. Pike Valley set to kick it away. Josh Curry will do the honors for Pike Valley. Here's the kick. And it is booted all the way out of bounds. Goes out of bounds. Hankin Belleville. 1st and 10 from the 31 for Hillcrest. Generou pitches back to his running back, number 36. Jeff Claycamp with the carry right there. And that'll go for no gain. Ball on the 31, 2nd and 10 for Hillcrest. Three minutes to go now in the second quarter. 12-0 Pike Valley. They lead Hillcrest. 2nd and 10. Generou hands off. Number 18, Leland Boxa with the carry right there. He bumbles ahead for about, it'll be a 3rd and 6. They'll give him 4 yards on the play. Ball on the 34-yard line of Hillcrest, as they almost have it to midfield. 2:35 to go now in the first half of play. As Pike Valley leads at 12-0 here in Cuba at Hillcrest High School. Halftime activities, we'll have rundown of the football schedule for tonight around the area, so stay with us for that and other stuff coming up in halftime. 3rd and 6, ball on the 34. Generou at the takes the snap. He hands it off to, once again, Leland Boxa, the ball carrier. He's close to the 1st down, and they're going to give it to him. Well, about a nose short. Going to bring in the chains, or are we going to, how are we going to mark it? It is, it's very close. About a shoelace close, in fact. And they're going to go for it on 4th and 1, being down 12-0. Generou with the offense, and he hands off to number 24. He's at the 10, 5, touchdown Hillcrest. Number 24, Brian Schulda, the big sophomore, 166 pounds, 5'10", and it is a touchdown. But we have a minute 41 to go here in the second quarter. Hillcrest sets up with the 2-point conversion. Generou hands off. And that'll be Schulda once again, but he won't get anything. Crowd and most of the Hillcrest players wanted a unsportsmanlike conduct type of penalty called. Schulda was knocked after the whistle had already blown, was knocked down to the field, but it is for naught, and we have a brand new ball game. Pike Valley leads at 12-6. We'll step aside for a 30-second timeout here on KRF. Time for Hillcrest. He will kick off to Pike Valley. And it'll be Josh Curry along with Bryce Rainey in the backfield. Deep for Pike Valley. It's Rainey with the catch, and he runs it on ahead to the 36-yard line. Pike Valley owned 36-yard line. That's where they will set up shop. And that'll bring up a 1st and 10. The ball on the 36-yard line, a minute 36 to go. Pike Valley try to punch it into the end zone one more time before halftime, as we have right now a minute 30 to go in a 12-6 ball game here in Cuba. Pike Valley leads Hillcrest. Once again, Lundblade in there as quarterback for the Panthers. He pitches back to Bryce Rainey, who takes it up to about the 40-yard line. And he is tackled by Brian Schulda. That'll bring up a 2nd and 5 at just about the 40-yard line, midfield here. First and 10 on the 40. Brian Schulda forced Rainey out of bounds or just right along the Hillcrest sideline. Lundblade will set the offense once again for the Panthers. He'll hand off to Bryce Rainey, who will run it up ahead a couple of yards to about the 38 of Hillcrest. That'll bring up a 3rd and 4. Ball on the 36. 48 seconds to go in the first half. A 3rd and 4 for the Panthers with the ball on the Hillcrest 38-yard line. In case you're just joining us, Hillcrest just scored on their last possession, a running play with a 4th and 1 on the 39-yard line. And it was leading 12-6, 48 seconds left. They have a 3rd and 4 with the ball on the 38-yard line. Lundblade pitches it back, and it is going to go not for much. Josh Curry, the ball carrier for Pike Valley. And they will give him no gain on the play. 4th and 4 now. 28 seconds to go now. And there's a fumble on the play. Curry picks it back up. And he takes it up ahead across the 35-yard line to about the 34. Chad Gabar with the stop. That'll bring up a 1st and 10 as Hillcrest is held on downs. The ball is on the 35-yard line. Hillcrest will get the ball back with the clock running down. 15 seconds to go now in the first half. In a 12-6 ball game, Hillcrest will have time for one play. 6, 5 seconds to go, 4, and General will just fall on the football. And that is the end of the first half. Got a good one going here in Cuba. Keep it here for the second half of action with the score, Pike Valley 12, Hillcrest 6. We'll take a 2-minute timeout here on KRFS. Back with more in just a bit. All to get underway in the third quarter of action. And it will be number 40, Brandon Melby, to kick things off here in the third quarter. And back deep for Hillcrest, for the Hillcrest Mustangs, that'll be Brandon Lasovsky. And it's going to go to Lasovsky. He takes it at about the 7-yard line. He's up ahead to the 30. He's at the 35. He's all the way up to the 43-yard line. What a return by him. Lasovsky with a big return all the way up to the 43-yard line. Or actually, in this case, it would be on a 40-yard field. I got to get used to 8-man, don't I? That'll be the 37-yard line. I got to get used to these short fields, folks. And that'll be where Hillcrest will set up shot, 1st and 10 from the Pike Valley 37. As they get ready here. And the first play from scrimmage goes for a loss. As big number 24, Brian Schulda, with the ball carry. And he'll get dropped back for about a loss of 4 yards. That'll bring up about a 2nd down and 14 with the ball. Actually, a 2nd and 13 with the ball on the 39-yard line. They'll mark it a loss of 3. Just underway here in the third quarter, 11-13 to go. And Generou sets the offense. He's got a receiver open. That is the big number 22, Kevin Henke, with the reception right there. It'll go as about a 6-yard gain on the play. And that'll bring up a ball marked now on the 36-yard line. A 3rd and 8 for Hillcrest. Opening drive of the third quarter for the hometown Mustangs as they're trying to get back into this one. Down 12-6 with just over 11 minutes to go. Early going in the third quarter. Generou sets the offense, fakes the handoff. He's still looking. He's almost sacked. And we nearly have an interception, but the ball hit the ground first, so it'll go as an incomplete pass. It'll bring up a 4th and 8. And Hillcrest 4 downs and out. We'll see if they punt it away. 4th and 8 now. Ball on the 36, opening drive for Nutt for the Mustangs. 10:59 to go here in the third quarter. Glad to have you along with us on this Friday night here on KRFS. Gary Girdeau will be back to kick off to Pike Valley for the Mustangs. Here's the snap, low snap, picks it up, kicks it off, and it will go out of bounds at the Pike Valley, about the Pike Valley 12-yard line. Our game time temperature about 70 degrees. Feels like we're down probably around 65 or so right now. Great night for football. Pike Valley sets up the offense. Adam Lundblade sets the offense for Pike Valley. And Bryce Rainey, the ball carrier. He picks up a couple of yards on the play. That'll bring up a second down. Second and 8. That'll be a gain of 2 on their own 13 for Pike Valley. Lundblade sets the offense once again. Second play of the drive, and flags go all over the place. We had some movement somewhere in the line. See who they call it on. Pike Valley looking around. They'll move it back. Offsides is on Pike. Ball all the way back on the 7-yard line. On the encroachment penalty for the Panthers. Lundblade takes about a 5-step drop, looking for a receiver, and he had Bryce Rainey open. Rainey couldn't hold on to it, and it will go as an incomplete pass.
The intended receiver, pass is incomplete. Third and 13 for the Panthers.
And that'll bring up a third down and 13 now. 7-yard line for Pike Valley, leading at 12-6 here in the third quarter from Cuba. Lundblade hands it off to Bryce Rainey. He's up ahead. He's at all the way up to the 25-yard line. He would have had plenty, except he was tripped up back at the 20 and gained 5 extra yards before he went down. That'll bring up a 1st and 10. First down yardage right there for big Bryce Rainey. He's the 165, 5'10" senior from Pike Valley. It'll be a 1st and 10 on the Pike Valley 24-yard line. 9:50 to go here in the third quarter. Pike Valley leads at 12-6. So Pike Valley with new life on offense. Lundblade calls the signals. Here's the snap. The handoff. Once again to Rainey. It's up ahead. Gains a couple on the play. Bring up a 2nd and 10.
Rainey, the ball carrier.
And Rainey picks up. He'll mark the ball on the 27-yard line, so it'll pick up a 4 on the play, a 2nd and 6 for Pike Valley as they march once again. Lundblade under center. Here's the play, and ball carrier's dropped just behind the line of scrimmage.
Curry, ball carrier. Taken down behind the line of scrimmage by Mike Trechek.
Curry, the ball carrier. Mike Trechek with the stop on that play. That'll bring up a 3rd and 7. Ball on the 26-yard line. 3rd down for Pike Valley. And we have an official's timeout. Got an equipment adjustment. Got things taken care of, and we're set for action. Pike Valley, 3rd and 7 on the 26-yard line. Their own 26. Lundblade barks out his orders. Here's the snap. He hands it off once again to Rainey. Takes it up the middle for a minimal gain. And that'll bring up a 4th down. No gain on the play, 4th and 7. And Pike Valley will punt it away. Back to Hillcrest. Josh Curry will kick for the Panthers. And on the snap, he fumbles the football. He tries to kick it away. Nothing doing. Hillcrest will have it on about their own 10-yard line to see how they rule it. And they do rule a fumble. And Hillcrest picks it up. They've got it on the Pike Valley 10-yard line. They set up shop deep in enemy territory. They'll mark it actually at the 12-yard line, so it'll be a 1st and 10 on the Pike Valley 12-yard line. Hillcrest with a chance to tie this game. 1st and 10 for Hillcrest. What a big play right there. And we have a fumble from scrimmage. Generally fumbled the football on the snap. Mark it as a loss of 1 on the play of seconds. 2nd and 11 now. The ball and now on the 13-yard line. 7:05 to go in the 3rd quarter. Hillcrest with a chance to tie this thing up, as they are down 12-6 here in the 3rd quarter to Pike Valley. Got it back on a fumbled kickoff. General once again sets the offense. He hands off to number 18, Leland Boxa, who runs it up ahead. He was tackled by Bryce Rainey. That'll ball on the 9-yard line. To bring up a 3rd and 7. 3rd and 7 for Hillcrest. They try to get back into this thing, down 12-6 with just over 6 minutes to go. 3rd and 7, General hands off to number, let's see who we got on the ball carrier there. They unstack everybody. Ball carrier number 36, Jeff Claycamp on the carry. And they'll have a, Hillcrest is going to go for it. With a 4th and 1, a chance to tie this thing up with the ball on the 3-yard line. Generou sets the offense. He hands it off, and the officials signal a touchdown. Touchdown, Hillcrest. They've tied it up. It's 12-12. Skagny with the touchdown right there, number 58. 12-12 now. We got a tie ball game. Oh my. Try for the 2-point conversion now. They hand off to number 36. That's Jeff Claycamp, nothing doing, so it remains tied. We have a tie ball game, brand new one here in Cuba. 5:45 to go. It's Pike Valley 12, Hillcrest 12. We'll step aside for this 1-minute timeout. We'll be back to Pike Valley. Brian Schulda will kick it off. And back deep right now for the Panthers is Bryce Rainey. And also Josh Curry. Curry will take it. He loses it, picks it back up. He's running ahead. He's got it all the way back up to the 23-yard line. Mark it at the 23. Josh Curry with the carry right there. That's where Pike Valley will set up shop, trying to break the stalemate here as we have a 12-12 tie with 5:39 to go in the 3rd quarter of play. 23-yard line is where Pike Valley will set things up. 1st and 10 in this tied ball game. As Hillcrest trying to get into the win column for the first time this year. This is only the 2nd game of the year. They got beat by St. John's Beloit last weekend, 8-0. Pike Valley sets things up. Adam Lundblade sets the offense. He takes a 3-step drop. He's looking for a receiver, and he throws it incomplete. And the intended receiver on that play was Ryan Anderson. And that'll bring up a 2nd and 10. Ball still on the 23. Hillcrest tied this up on a 3-yard run by Claycamp. We have a 12-12 tie now with 5:16 to go in the 3rd quarter. A good ball game. Don't move a muscle. As the rest of the 3rd quarter and into the 4th promise to be good ones. 2nd and 10 for Pike Valley. Lundblade sets the offense again. He takes another big drop, 5-step drop, and he once again throws incomplete. Once again, the intended receiver was Ryan Anderson. Nothing doing for that one. That'll bring up a 3rd and 10. Put the ball on the 23. Pike Valley changing their strategy somewhat. We've seen very little throwing. We've seen mostly runs tonight, and 2 incompletions right in a row for Pike Valley. So 5:10 to go. It's a 3rd and 10 for the Panthers. With the ball on the 23-yard line here in the 3rd quarter of play in a 12-12 ball game. Lundblade out of the shotgun, high snap, has to jump for it. He finally gets it. Ryan Anderson is the ball receiver. He has it complete, but not good enough for first down coverage, not even close, as it's complete only up to the 25-yard line. And that will do it for Pike Valley this time around. They now have a 4th and 10 with the ball on the 25, and they will punt it away. And the punt will be Josh Curry for Pike Valley. And back deep for Hillcrest, number 18, Leland Boxa, and number 36, Jeff Claycamp. And the ball is picked up by Curry at the 10-yard line. Had a little bit of opening running room, and he runs it up 9 yards to about the 20-yard line. We'll mark it at the 19. It'll bring up a 1st and 10 for Hillcrest with the ball on their own 19. In a 12-12 ball game, 4:19 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Got a good one going on here in Cuba between Hillcrest and Pike Valley. Pike Valley was victorious last weekend in their first game as they beat Southern Cloud by a score of 20-14. Hillcrest trying to get into the winning column. They got beat last weekend by St. John's Beloit 8-0. Here we go. Hillcrest sets up the offense. Generou hands off. Got a ball carrier that'll take a loss of about 1 on the play. We have a flag down as well. Flag on the play. Let's see what that's all about. Officials conferring. They'll have it 2nd and 10 on the 17, or 2nd and 12 on the 17. Generou hands off to Leland Boxa, who will no gain on the play. Ball now on the 15-yard line. It'll be a 3rd and 12 for Hillcrest. 3:20 to go in the 3rd quarter in a 12-12 ball game. As once again, Aaron Generou will set the Hillcrest offense. He hands off, and that is number 36, Jeff Claycamp, and he's dropped back behind the line. 4th and ball now on the 11-yard line. That'll bring up a 4th down situation, and Hillcrest will likely punt it away. A 4th and 18 to be exact, with the ball on the 11. With 2:40 to go here in the 3rd quarter. And Gary Giordot will be back to kick off for Hillcrest. It's a high kick and a short one. It's taken by Pike Valley. Taken by Josh Curry, who runs it up ahead all the way to about the 14-yard line of Hillcrest. 2:26 to go, a 12-12 ball game, but Pike Valley deep in Hillcrest territory to set up their offense. Ball on the 14 of Hillcrest, a 1st and 10 for the Panthers. Glad to have you along with us here on KRFS-FM, Superior Nelson. It's just past 9 o'clock. That means Lena and Tommy, it's time to go to bed. Daddy will be home soon. 1st and 10 as Pike Valley hands out. They set up on offense. As Lundblade hands it off to Josh Curry. He runs up ahead for a second. It'll bring up a 2nd down. The ball on the 7-yard line. Pick up a 4 on the play. A 2nd and or a gain of 8, I should say. A 2nd and 2 now with the ball on the 7. Lundblade calls the signals for the offense. Here's the snap. Here's a handoff, and once again it goes to Josh Curry. And takes it ahead for a minimal gain. Ball on the 6-yard line. They'll give him a gain of 1. Bring up a 3rd and 1. 3rd and goal, actually. With the ball on the 6-yard line. In a 12-12 ball game, a minute 18 to go here in the 3rd quarter of play. The Pike Valley threatening to score once again. Lundblade hands it off. And number 41, Bryce Rainey, the ball carrier right there. That'll bring up a 4th down. And what will they do? The ball is on the 6-yard line. No gain on the play. It's a 4th and 1. With the ball on the 6, 45 seconds to go in a 12-12 contest. Lundblade will keep it for himself. He's up ahead. He's scored a touchdown. Adam Lundblade kept it himself, ran it around to the left side and into the end zone. And once again, Pike Valley on top, 18-12. 37 seconds to go now in the 3rd quarter. Pike Valley has taken the lead. But don't go away. Hillcrest has proved they can come back and tie it up. Should be an exciting 4th quarter. Keep it right here to KRFS. So an 18-12 contest now. Pike Valley leads it. They'll try for the 2-point conversion now. Lundblade sets the offense. Got the handoff, and they are into the end zone, and scoring the 2-point conversion is Bryce Rainey. So we have a 20-12 ball game now. 37 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. We'll step aside for a 30-second timeout here on KRFS. All right, high school where we have 37 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter, and Pike Valley leads at 20-12. And Pike Valley will kick off now to Hillcrest. Here comes the kickoff, and it will be number 16, Brandon Lasowski with the ball. He'll run it up ahead with 32 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. They'll mark the ball at the Hillcrest 21. 1st and 10 with the ball on the 21 for Hillcrest. 32 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Pike Valley leads at 20-12. Don't go away, folks. The 4th quarter plans to be a big one. Oh, I didn't break there. No, I'm sorry. We still have 15 seconds left. We come back to live action. 11 seconds to go. Generou sets up the offense and flags fly with 8 seconds to go. Looks like we're going to have some sort of encroachment call. And encroachment is the call against Hillcrest with 8 seconds to go in a 20-12 ball game. That'll bring up a 1st and 15 with the ball on the 16-yard line of Hillcrest. 8 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Pike Valley scored last time on a keeper by the quarterback, Lundblade. He ran it ahead. And there's the gun. That's the end of the 3rd quarter with our score. Pike Valley 20, Hillcrest 12. It's going to be an exciting 4th quarter. We'll have it for you after this 1-minute timeout on KRFS. Senior quarterback Adam Lundblade, 3-yard carry into the end zone for a touchdown. And here comes Hillcrest. They'll 1st and 15. Generou throws, intended receiver. Throws incomplete. That was Jeff Claycamp, an incomplete pass. That'll be a 2nd and 15 now. The ball will stay on the 16-yard line as we get underway here in the 4th quarter. A 20-12 ball game. Pike Valley with the lead. 4th quarter should be a good one, and we invite you to stay right here with us on KRFS. Hillcrest, as we said, trying to get into the win column in the 2nd week of high school football. Beat by St. John's Beloit last weekend 8-0, but they've got Pike Valley right where they want them. 2nd and 15 now. Generou fakes the handoff. He's got an open receiver. That is big Gary Girdeau, and he takes it all the way up to midfield, about the 40-yard line. Great pass, great catch, and it'll go for 1st down coverage. A 1st and 10 with the ball on the Hillcrest 39-yard line. Almost to midfield, almost in Pike Valley territory. 11:48 to go in the 4th quarter, and just like that, 12 minutes into the quarter, Hillcrest has first down and 10 with the ball on their own 39-yard line, threatening to punch it into Pike Valley territory. Get this thing tied up once again as they did back in the second quarter when they tied it up 12-12. Generoo sets the offense. It's a pitch out. And that is Jeff Claycamp with the ball carry right there. And he's up to just about the Pike Valley 35-yard line. That'll bring up a second and about 4 to go. Second and 4 with the ball on the 35 of Pike Valley. So Hillcrest has it in enemy territory. 11:43 to go now. 20-12 our score. Pike Valley leading Hillcrest. Hillcrest trying to tie this thing up once again. Generoo sets the offense again. And he hands off. That's going to, that's number 24. Number 24, Brian Schulda, the ball carrier. That'll be another first down for Hillcrest. First and 10 with the ball on the 18-yard line of Pike Valley. 11:35 to go now in the fourth quarter. Pike Valley kind of back on their heels on defense right now. Hillcrest comes to the line. And Generoo will set things up once again with a first and 10, the ball on the Pike Valley 18-yard line in a 20-12 ball game. And Generoo fakes the pass, or fakes the handoff. He goes ahead and does pass the ball, and Kevin Henke, the intended receiver on the play. It'll be an incomplete pass. Bring up a second and 10 with the ball on the 18 of Pike Valley. Hillcrest trying to get back into this thing, down 20-12 with 11:15 to go now in the fourth quarter. Glad to have you along with us on this Friday night of Week 2 football on KRFS. In an exciting, or what plans to be an exciting fourth quarter. Second and 10 for Hillcrest. Generoo hands it off or he keeps it himself. It was a sneak, and he is all the way up to about the 3-yard line of Pike Valley. Even had me fooled on the sneak. It was good play action on that one right there. And that'll be a first and goal. The ball on the 4-yard line. First and goal for Hillcrest on the 4 with 11 minutes to go. Hillcrest down 20-12 to Pike Valley, trying to get back into this thing. And they are knocking on the door right now. Don't go away, folks. First and goal. Generoo hands it off. And it'll be a couple of yards on the gain, on the play. A couple of yards gained on the play. That's Brian Schulda with the ball carry. And that'll be a second and goal. A pickup of 1 on the play. The ball on the Pike Valley 3-yard line. Pike Valley lines up their defense. Hillcrest on offense. Generoo sends it. Calls out his signal. Here's the snap. And it's going to go as a pass into the end zone, as Kevin Henke was the intended receiver. It was broken up by the Pike Valley defense. And we have a timeout on the field. Hillcrest wants to talk this one over as they have a third and goal now with the ball on the 3-yard line. And Coach Steve Chris will come out to talk to his troops. And we'll step aside for a 30-second timeout. Our score, Pike Valley 20, Hillcrest 12, back after this 30-second timeout. Come to the line, trying to get this thing tied up somehow, some way, with 10:13 to go in the fourth quarter. He sets the offense. Generoo takes the snap. And he hands off. No. That ball carrier right there, Mike Trechek with the ball. And he'll go for no gain on the play. A fourth and goal with the ball on the 3 now. And 9:50 to go. Pike Valley defense doing a fine job here in the red zone. Inside their own 20. They've done a good job holding Hillcrest out of the end zone after Hillcrest marched right down the field to get down here, but now Pike Valley's defense has really come alive. So a fourth and goal, ball on the 3, 9.5 to go. Generoo sets the offense again. They're going to go for it on fourth down. And there's the pitch back from Generoo, and nothing doing. Brian Brian Schulda with the ball carry, and he is brought down. No touchdown on the play, and it'll be a 1st and 10 now. Pike Valley will take over on downs deep in their own territory. The ball on the 3-yard line. 9:20 to go. Pike Valley leads at 20-12. Great night for football. Glad to have you along with us. An exciting game here in Cuba against Pike Valley and Hillcrest. And once again, Pike Valley back on offense. About 9 minutes to go now. And here's a handoff. Big number 41, Bryce Rainey. He has nothing but real estate ahead of him. He's going to run it in for a touchdown. 5, touchdown, Pike Valley. Bryce Rainey with the TD. Off the handoff, the 3-yard line is where it began, and the end zone is where it ends. All the way down the field for a touchdown. Oh my. Pike Valley now leads at 26-12, just under 9 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter. Bryce Rainey had nothing but green ahead of him, and he was off to the races. Nobody was going to catch him. So 26-12 is now our score with 8:56 to go in the 4th quarter. Pike Valley will try to add on to things with the 2-point conversion. 1 Blade, a 2 Rainey on that big TD. Here comes the 2-point conversion. 1 Blade pitches it back to big number 33, and he has the touchdown, or the conversion, I should say. Josh Curry with the 2-point conversion, and that makes our score 28-12. And with that touchdown, we'll step aside for a 30-second timeout here on KRFS. Okay. Well, they had the ball deep in their own territory on the 3-yard line, and it went as a touchdown all the way for Pike Valley. Rainey with the touchdown, and they lead it now 28-12 here in the 4th quarter. 8:56 to go, and Pike Valley will kick out to Hillcrest as the Mustangs are trying to get back into this thing. Back deep for the Mustangs is number 80, Nate Lasowski. He takes the ball, and he has it up to the Hillcrest 25-yard line. And that's where Hillcrest will set up on this possession on offense. 8:52 to go now. They're down at 28-12 to the Pike Valley Panthers. Have the makings of being a pretty good game. And then with that last touchdown by Bryce Rainey for the Panthers, they've just blown it open. Hillcrest will try to get back into it now on this possession with 8:52 to go. They have a 1st and 10 on their own 26. As Generu sets the offense, he looks for a receiver. Looking, and he is sacked back at the 21-yard line. And on that sack, that is loss of 5 on the play for that one. Big sack right there for the Pike Valley defense. And it's 8:16 to go now in a 28-12 ball game with Pike Valley leading. Official winds the clock. A 2nd and 15 now with the ball on the 21-yard line of Hillcrest. Generu sets his boys up for this possession. There's the snap, and there's the handoff. And no gain on the play. As number 24, Brian Schulda on the ball with the carry right there. They'll give him a yard, not even a yard. It'll be a 3rd and 15 now with the ball on the 21.
Timeout, Mustangs. And
we have a timeout on the field. Mustangs want to talk things over with a 3rd down and 15 situation. We'll step aside for a 30-second timeout. They gave him a gain of 1 on that last play. Generu sets the offense, wide out. Look for a throwing play here. It is, and it is an incomplete pass. The intended receiver, Waylon Lawson. Pass goes incomplete. That'll bring up a 4th and 14. And Hillcrest will give it back with 7:43 to go here in the 4th quarter. We have a flag down. We'll see what the flag is all about. No indication from the official. And here comes the call. We have a roughing the passer call against Pike. So, good things come to those who wait. Generu drops back to pass. It's intercepted by Pike Valley. An interception for the Panthers. Justin Carlgren with the interception. He picks it off, and Pike Valley has it with 7:30 to go, leading 28-12. Well, Hillcrest had a big penalty against Pike Valley on a roughing the passer call. They had it 1st and 10, and they turn it over. Pike Valley will set it up off the interception by Carlgren right there. Justin Carlgren, number 31, the big junior, 5'10", 155 pounds, with the interception. And here comes Pike Valley back on offense. Lundblade takes the snap. He hands it off to Bryce Rainey, who bumbles ahead a couple of yards.
Tackled by Chad Gabar.
He was tackled by Chad Gabar on that play. No gain. It'll bring up a 2nd and 10, the ball on the 29. Pike Valley leads at 28-12, 6:56 to go in the 4th. And here comes the second play of the possession for Pike Valley with 6:44 to go now. Lundblade hands off to Rainey. And maybe a yard and a half on the play. Gain of a yard. Bring up a 3rd and 9 now on the 28. 6:18 to go. Pike Valley leads it 28-12. Lundblade once again sets the offense. Here's the snap. Takes the handoff, keeps it himself. He's almost tackled. Back at the 35. He runs up ahead, and he's close to first down. Close to first down yardage. Official signals first down, Pike Valley. Lundblade kept it himself, ran it around to the right side of the field over by the Hillcrest sideline, and gets the first down. He was nearly tackled all the way back at the 30. Had his feet tangled up in a defender's arms, but moves it ahead all the way to the 18-yard line of Hillcrest. A 1st and 10 for Pike Valley. A chance to blow this thing open. With 5:49 to go now. 1st and 10 on the 18 for Pike Valley. Lundblade once again sets up the offense. And he shuffle passes it back. It's a fumble on the play. Hillcrest has it. Do they have it? Yes, they do. Generu recovers for Hillcrest. They'll get it back. 1st and 10 on their own 27-yard line. 1st and 10 for Hillcrest. They turned it over on an interception. They get it right back. Trailing, I should say, to Pike Valley 28-12. 5:35 to go in the game. Generu sets the offense for his Mustangs. Here's the snap. Fakes the handoff. An open receiver who was nearly picked off. Gary Judeau was the intended receiver, and it was nearly intercepted as it went through his hands, but it bounced off a defender's pads for no gain. An incomplete pass, 2nd and 10 now with the ball on the 27. 5:26 to go now in the game. Hillcrest had it tied up back in the 2nd quarter, 12 all. Since then, Pike Valley scored 2 touchdowns and haven't looked back yet. 5:26, 28-12 our score. 2nd and 10 for Hillcrest. Generu hands off. He's sacked way back at about the 16-yard line. Generu sacked by a big right there. That was Matt Elliott with the sack. Back at about the Hillcrest 19-yard line. Hillcrest calls a timeout. And Coach his troops back up to the line of scrimmage. Aaron Generu will set up the offense once again. 2 backs behind him. And once again he's sacked. Sacked again is Generu. My goodness. And on the sack is Jesse Phillips for Pike Valley, and that'll move the ball all the way back to the 8-yard line. Hillcrest wanted to get things moving quickly as they have a 4th and 29. They're going to go for it. Generu passes. It's intercepted. Intercepted by Pike Valley. And he is at the 5. We have a flag down. Official signals touchdown. Let's see what the flag's all about. One signal touchdown, the others are signaling no touchdown. See what the flag's all about. It's against Pike Valley. And Hillcrest will. And we'll see what we're all going to do here. Flag on the play. Goes against Pike Valley. And they'll bring the ball back up. Hillcrest will maintain possession. 4:21 to go now, with Pike Valley leading at 28-12. And Pike Valley is taking a timeout. So with 4:21 to go, we will step aside once again. A 30-second, or make that a 1-minute timeout. A 1-minute timeout with Pike Valley leading at 28-12. We'll be back after this. Okay. We're back in Cuba, and we're back to live action. Pike Valley has it, 1st and 10 on the Hillcrest 21. Handoff for Pike Valley. Goes to number 40. That is Brandon Melby on the carry. We have a new quarterback out there as well. That is Brian Melby on the ball carry right there. Brian Melby is the quarterback now for the Pike Valley Panthers. 3:51 to go. Pike Valley leading at 28-12. Melby sets the offense. Takes the snap. Hands it off. And ball carrier is Larry Russell. He runs it up ahead to the 20-yard line.
Russell, the ball carrier.
Larry Russell with the ball.
Tackle made by Chad Gavar.
Chad Gavar with the tackle for Hillcrest. That'll set up a 3rd and 9 with the ball on the 20 for Pike Valley. Melby sets again. Back to pass. He's harassed. Has to get out of the pocket. And his intended receiver is overthrown. And intended receiver on that play was Trey Hertig. Going to bring up a 4th and 9 now with the ball on the 20. 3:03 to go in the game. Pike Valley leads it 28-12 over Hillcrest. And Pike Valley looks like they're going to go for it on 4th down. Melby sets the offense, calls out his signals. Here's the snap. He takes a big 5-step drop, going for the end zone, and he overthrows the receiver. Intended for Trey Hertig again. Overthrows him. It's an incomplete pass, and Hillcrest will take it over on downs. With 2:58 to go now in the game. 28-12 ball game. Hillcrest with just under 3 minutes to get back into the thing. First and 10, the ball on the Hillcrest 20. Generous sets his offense for the Mustangs. 5-step drop, throws the ball. Gary Jurdo was the intended receiver, and the ball goes incomplete. 2nd and 10 with the ball on the 20 for the Mustangs. With 2:53 to go now in the game. And officials timeout. And for an equipment adjustment. And we're set to go. Generous sets the Mustang offense once again with the 2nd and 10 and the ball on their own 20. He runs it ahead. The flag is down. Generous takes it all the way up to about the 37-yard line. Let's see what the flags are all about. Had a flag come out at the line, or just around the line, and then another one come out in the secondary. See what they're all about. It is going to go against Hillcrest. go against Hillcrest. They had a 3rd and 10. Okay, 2:39 to go in the game. Generous sets the offense. Takes the handoff. Looking for a receiver. Throws it right into the hands of a defensive player for the Pike Valley Panthers. It is an interception. And that is number 32, Tyson Reynolds, with the interception. Pike Valley will get it back with 2:27 to go. Now we have another flag on the play. We have a holding penalty against Pike Valley, so no interception. And the officials confer. We have 2:27 to go. Playing on the lead, 28-12. Brandon Melby, the freshman of Pike Valley, he will lead the offense in this final couple of minutes. He hands it off. Handoff goes to number 33, Josh Curry, and we have another flag down.
Ryan Sola, there's a flag on the play.
2:10 to go now in the 4th quarter. We have a face mask. That's going to go against the Mustangs. So a big face mask penalty there. That'll move the ball up with 2:10 to go, and Pike Valley leading at 28-12. On the 16, 1st and 10 on the 16 for Pike Valley. Melby sets the offense once again. Trying to add a little insurance. Melby will keep it for himself on the sneak. He brings it around to the right side. He's at the 10, 5. Touchdown, Pike Valley. Touchdown for Brandon Melby, the freshman, 170-pound, 5'11" freshman. He scores a touchdown, makes the score 34-12. They'll go for the 2-point conversion here with just over 2 minutes to go, 2:02 to go in the game. And Pike Valley will try the 2-point conversion here. Late going in the 4th quarter, leading it now 34-12. Melby with the snap. And he takes the handoff, gives it to number 33, Josh Curry. Nothing doing on the 2-point conversion, and that's where we stand with 2:02 to go. We have a 34-12 ball game. Pike Valley leads Hillcrest. We'll step aside for a 1-minute timeout here on KRFS. 34-12, Steve St. James back with you. Pike Valley will kick it off to Hillcrest. Last 2 minutes of this game. And it will be Melby kicking off. A high spiraling kick. It is taken at by Adam Lundblade for Hillcrest. He's looking for more running room. He's at the he's tackled at the Hillcrest 30-yard line. Good run back. And that's where they will set up for the final possession of the game. 1:53 to go, with Pike Valley leading it 34-12. It'll be a 1st and 10 with the ball on the 31 for Hillcrest. Thanking some more sponsors for making the game possible tonight. They include Scandia State Bank, also Twin Valley Implement in Superior, Belleville, and Hebron, Quality Ready Mix, First National Bank in Belleville, and Superior Family Medical Center. I'd like to thank them and our other sponsors for making tonight's game possible on KRFS. 1:27 to go. Hillcrest with the ball. Generous sets the offense. Fakes the handoff, looking for a receiver. It was intended for Gary Giordot. Incomplete pass. 1:19 to go now. 34-12 is our score. Started out to be a close one, and then Pike Valley gradually went ahead. 2nd down and 10 with the ball on the 31 for the Hillcrest Mustangs with 1:19 to play. Great night for football. Started out real nice, around 70 degrees, and now we're down to around 65. A little chilly, but not too bad. We brought a light coat, which I didn't, of course. Here comes the 2nd down play. Have a new quarterback in there. It's Brandon Lasowski for the Mustangs. As Jeff Claycamp was the ball carrier on that play. And then the loss on the play. It'll bring a third down.
Lost 4, third and 14 for the Mustangs.
3rd and 14 with the ball on the 27 for the Mustangs with 53 seconds to play now in the game. Osofsky sets the offense. Hands off. Very little gain on the play. And the ball carrier, Jeff. And 28 seconds to go now. It'll be a 4th and 14. Might as well go for it. And they will. Osofsky sets his offense for the final play of the game. 10 seconds to go. Drops back. The flag is down. The flag is down, and there's 4 seconds left on the clock.
Flag on play.
Holding against the Mustangs. With 4 seconds to go, that'll move the ball back. It is, and with our score, the final from Hillcrest. Pike Valley 34, Hillcrest 12. We'll step aside to hear from some of our sponsors, and we'll come back and wrap this thing up from Cuba after this. How long you want to